Hey everybody, it's your boy Jack here, and today in this video I'm going to be unboxing this. Boom! The comic boxer for January 2019. Yes, the first subscription box of the new year is here, and it is a comic boxer subscription box. And I'm really excited to open it. Besides that though, if you don't know what the comic boxer subscription box is, it is a subscription box done by Stadium Comics, where you get 5 to 7 different comics. My average is 5, sometimes I get 6. Never really hit that 7 comic mark yet, but hoping today's the day, but I don't really care who's counting. Of those 5 to 7 different comics, they're normally split down into 3 different categories. The first one being your hype beasts, the ones that are like, have gotten a lot of hype for some reason or another. The second one is normally your variants or exclusives, meaning that the exclusive Stadium Comics covers, or even just the variants, the variant comics and everything. And lastly but not least, you have your traditionally just good comics, the comics that are just supposed to be really good or are well written, all that kind of stuff. They're not really your hype beasts, or they're not really exclusive or anything, but they tend to be good, just story-wise. But besides that though, if you're interested in getting this subscription box, I'm going to be leaving all the pricing and information linked down below in the description. So yeah, if you're interested in that, you can check it out there. Besides that though, let's unbox this month's box. So once you cut the tape, open up the box, this is what you're going to see. Got the spoiler card here, which we'll look at later. You got the amazing bubble wrap, which I'm always popping, even though it's not on the bubble pop side. And then in the blue tissue paper is the comics themselves. So we got all the comics here, all bagged and boarded like usual. So why don't we dive into it and let's start unboxing these comics. So the first comic we have here is this one. Ooh, this is an interesting cover. I like it. I like that monochromaticness that's going on with the orange and stuff. I don't even know what it says. I'm looking in the viewfinder, I'm like, what is this saying? What's this weird font? Let's take a look at it. So it is Livewire, issue number 1. It's by Valiant Comics. It is priced at $3.99 US. Unfortunately, no Canadian cover, but this is cover A, and it's rated T+ for teen. This looks interesting. Didn't hear about this comic for nothing, so I'm actually sort of excited about this. And it's sort of nice, and I like the fact that we're getting a Valiant comic, a sort of off-brand comic, so it's not just a Marvel or DC heavy box, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah. But yeah, once again, that is the cover for it. I like it. I like that monochromaticness. It sort of reminds you of a Crush ad, but not really. But yeah. Moving forward, let's take a look at comic number 2 here. Let's take a look. Ooh, so it is a Marvel comic, and I know this because unfortunately it has the Stan Lee band up here. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. It has a Stan Lee band up here because ever since Stan Lee died, they've been doing the RIP Stan Lee band up there. But let's take a look. So this is X-Force issue number 1. It's done by Marvel Comics. Amazing, amazing cover. You got, who do you got? You got Domino, you got Cable, Shatterstar. Not really sure who else at the moment, but I know I'll know a lot more about it when I read it. But yeah, this is X-Force issue number 1. You got the Stan Lee tribute band at the top of the comic and everything, and it's pretty cool. I like it. X-Force is pretty cool, even though they're not making a movie most likely out of it at the moment until Disney acquires everything. So yeah, and I like the cover too. I like it because it looks like a movie poster, because you got all the characters right in the middle. Let's take a look at the next comic here, comic number 3. Boom. Ooh, it looks like a Spiderman comic. Oh yeah, or just Spider-Ham. Ooh. I think it's Spider-Man. I don't know. So issue number 1 though, for sure. I really do like this cover with the black and the green sort of heavy color scheme and stuff with the window lights and with the silhouette of Spider-Man and stuff. Let's take a look. So it is Miles Morales Spider-Man. Don't know I saw Spider-Ham, but I did. It is the Miles Morales Spider-Man. It is issue number 1, Legacy issue number 241. It is done by Saladin Ahmed, which I know I've read comics from him before. Javier, I'm gonna guess Javier, Garon, and David Curiel. It's a new creative team, new direction, and your new favorite book. And I have to admit, this is probably my new favorite cover, because I just like how simple it is, but like I love how like the colors sort of match off each other, and you use those like contemporary colors to really help like push that. Like that, I support it. There we go. Awesome. Besides that though, it is priced at $3.99 US. Unfortunately, docking bonus points off of the Canadian pricing that I'm fake docking right now. It's rated T for teen, no T+, and it has a bonus digital edition, like all Marvel comics. Moving forward, we got 2 more comics to go, our final 2, because there's only 5 in this month's box, once again. So let's take a look at comic number 4 here. Here we go. Ooh. This is an interesting cover, I have to admit. Who even is this? I have to admit, weird. Like it looks like a looks like some kind of like IDW publishing type cover, just looking at it initially, but it seems to be a Carnage cover because I can see the Marvel logo and everything. So yeah, besides that though, let's take a look, or I'll take a look. So this is the Web of Venom Carnage Born. This is issue number 1. This is the variant edition and everything. It's rated T+ for teen, priced at $4.99 US, so like $7 Canadian. No Canadian pricing though, docking off those fake points for that. And yeah, pretty cool cover. I like it. Initially it looks like an IDW type cover, but like looking at it now, it looks like a Carnage cover because you got Carnage right here in the middle, and he's like, and everything, and even the level of detail and stuff in the in Carnage himself. It sort of looks a bit like on a Hawaiian type god. Like that's sort of how I'm perceiving it and stuff, just with the imagery used. But yeah, that's pretty interesting, and it's a variant edition too. So like once again, adding on to that variant edition hype type comic. So yeah, pretty cool. Besides that, lastly but not least, we have our final comic here, comic number 5, and I have to admit, this box is pretty interesting. I don't mind it. I'm excited for it. But let's take a look at our final comic here. Here we go. Ooh, I immediately know which one this is. This is the Marvel Action, I believe, issue, or I think it's a Marvel Action Avengers, issue number 1. This is the Stadium Comics exclusive cover and everything. Meaning, like it's an exclusive cover because they have 3 connecting covers. So the Marvel Action Spider-Man connects to this cover for the Marvel Action Avengers. And I believe it's going to be like the Marvel Action, like Black Panther maybe, or something. Like a future comic is going to be connected to this one. So yeah. So yeah, this is issue number 1 of the Marvel Action Avengers comic. You got Mr. Iron Man on the cover here. Fun fact about this, it's hard to find on Comixology, and stuff. You can't find it there. I don't know why. But yeah, this is the Stadium Comics exclusive cover. It's issue number 1. It doesn't have a pricing or anything, but it is the Marvel and IDW partnership and everything that they've been doing, and even like the partnership sort of extended down to Stadium Comics with this cover. So yeah, pretty cool. I like it. And yeah, I like it. I think it's a simple cover just overall, but like having that like exclusive connectivity with the 3 covers, like gotta support that. We've unboxed all the comics in this month's subscription box, and I have to admit, pretty awesome. So let's move forward to a recap section where we look at each and every comic and look at the spoiler sheet and read the description, and I'll tell you a bit about my views about the comics themselves. So yeah, let's dive into it. So let's take a look at our first comic here, the Marvel Actions Avengers #1. Let's pull the comic on screen while I read the description. So Marvel Action #1 is a Alex Milne Stadium Comics exclusive variant. And the description for the comic reads, "A new era of all-out Avengers action begins. A new team is formed to battle a mega-sized threat that is weirder and wilder than any of the superheroes have met before. This new ongoing series will be the perfect opportunity for middle-grade readers and fans of all ages to experience the new thrilling adventures of Avengers comics for the first time. Featured here is the Stadium Comics exclusive variant. This variant is limited to just 1,000 copies that have been printed and are selling online for $19.99. So personally, when it comes to this comic and everything, I think like I know that they have like a box for kids and everything, and I think this is sort of a good blend for like for both kids and for kids and for like adults and everything / collectors. For me, with this cover, like I really do like the cover, and I like how they're doing the 3-part cover connecting and everything, and I like that. I think it's pretty awesome with this comic. And I think for me, I sort of like looking at it in this way. So although this comic is sort of meant or geared a lot more towards kids who are like trying to like get kids more into like comics and reading comics and everything, you sort of have like the two benefits here. You have like the benefits of like having a kid-friendly story, but also the benefit of having a variant cover for people that aren't really geared towards a kid-friendly story. So personally, I really do like this cover. Like I really do like this comic and everything for that reason of having that sort of like double-edged sword in a way of like, if you don't want to read it, at least you have an exclusive cover, and even if you do read it, you still have an exclusive cover. So yeah, pretty cool. And it's like, I think the best part about it for me is that it's a 3-print, like it's a 3-print collection. So yeah, like I just like that because it just gives it even more exclusivity to it. So you gotta collect all 3. So yeah, I like it. Personally though, I feel like I would want a bit more adult geared stories, but I'm sort of fine with it being exclusive. So moving forward, let's recap comic #2, aka the Miles Morales Spider-Man #1. Let's pull the comic cover on screen while I read the description. So Miles Morales Spider-Man #1 is done by Saladin Ahmed and Javier Guerron. It's from Marvel Comics. And the description reads, "Balancing a normal life, school, parents, and etc. And superheroing has never been easy. But when the Rhino and a cadre of mysterious criminals start plaguing Brooklyn, things take a dark turn. And Miles doesn't even know the half of it yet. Eisner winner Saladin Ahmed, writer of Black Bolt, young gun Javier Guerron, Ant-Man and the Wasp, bring you the latest incarceration of the coolest character in the Marvel Universe. This book is currently sold out and is currently getting $8 to $10 online." So I have to admit, pretty cool. I like this. Like, firstly, cover, I think it's probably my favorite cover just because it doesn't just have like a simplicity to it. Like, it's very simple, but there's a lot of those little details in the background that I like stay in and I support. And like even the silhouette of Miles Morales and everything, amazing. And I like how they've been able to like, just based off of the cover alone, being able to sort of have those like complementary colors sort of like clash against each other. Pretty amazing. Overall, I think this is a great comic because just getting off of the hype of the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, you sort of reboot this character and everything in order to bring new people, new audiences into this recently new character. I like this. I really do, and I'm excited to read this and everything just because of how, just based off of the description itself, and like saying that too, just because like. One reason I say that too is just because I'm reading the Amazing Spider-Man series and it's like a really, really good. And I'm sort of hoping this sort of is just as good or like takes a different turn and everything, so I'm excited about that. And like personally I sort of want to learn a bit more about Miles Morales. So yeah, I have to admit, really, really cool comic. So let's move forward to comic number 3, Web of Venom, Carnage Born, issue number 1. Let's pull the comic on screen while I read the description. So the description reads, Web of Venom, Carnage Born, issue number 1 is by Donny Cates and Danilo Beyruth. It's published by Marvel Comics. Join Donny Cates as he continues to snake his tendrils through the Venom mythos, this time visiting the sickening sociopath called Carnage, a cruel cannibal obsessed with murder and death. Few mourned Cletus Cassidy after he seemingly died envenomized. Spoiler alert! But now, a cult devoted to the madman has gathered, hoping to resurrect their fallen idol and return his madness to the Marvel Universe. So that's about it for the actual description of this comic and everything. Looking at the cover now, I have to admit, this looks actually pretty awesome. Looking at the cover now and everything, from like afar, oh my gosh, this is an amazing, amazing, amazing cover. You guys probably like noticed this initially and everything, but like I'm just noticing it now because I'm stupid. But like this is like low-key the actual Carnage face, because you got the eyes here, you got the mouth here. Oh my god, so cool. Oh my god, like just have another appreciation for this cover, yes. But when it comes to the actual like comic itself and the description, you're getting these, like, I get these like low-key Ted Bundy vibes and everything from it, because like I do, and like the one reason I see Ted Bundy is because of like, it seems like very, like there's like too many parallels that like, there's like probably like 4 parallelograms going on. But when it comes to this comic and everything, like it looks interesting. I like it. I like this like sort of twist and like that Ted Bundy type twist with like a cult, or even like that other guy who like killed people with like Kool-Aid. I forget who he's called, but he's a real like dick too. Screw him. But like you get that kind of vibe. I like that. I like this kind of twist here. And like Carnage is like a really interesting character too. Really didn't like Venomize though, so I really don't know if I'm going to be liking this, if this is done by the same person, but whatever. We're not going to be petty here, we're just going to read the comic. But yeah, that's about it though for comic number 3. So moving forward, let's recap our second last comic, X-Force issue number 1. Let's pop the comic on screen while I read the description. So the description reads, X-Force number 1 by Ed Brisson and Dylan Burnett. From the ashes of extermination, Cable is dead. And now the original X-Force team of Domino, Cannonball, Shatterstar, Boom Boom, and Warpath must hunt down the murderer of their former leader. The mutant militia are hot for blood, but when their target is a time-traveling youngster of their fallen mentor, is there a line that they absolutely cannot cross? And what does Deathlock have to do with all of it? From Ed Brisson, bracket, Extermination and Old Man Logan, and Dylan Burnett, bracket, Cosmic Ghost Rider, comes an all-new high-octane mutant adventure. A reckoning will come. Okay, so I have to admit, I'm actually sort of excited for this because Dylan Burnett's on this, and like and Cosmic Ghost Rider, like I read the first issue, still thinking about getting the second issue, seeing where that goes, because like it actually looks pretty freaking good. Like the first issue, amazing. I think I reread it like a couple times. Like really good, like I like it. It's weird, but it works. So I'm hoping this sort of like transfers into that. I do like this, like I have to admit, this story seems like it's been done before, to be honest. Like I feel like the whole like having to kill like a young Cable or whatever has been done before, but so I don't really know how well that's like this is all going to go down and everything. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about this comic. Like I just feel like partially like it's a very simple comic, like in premise and everything. So I'm sort of hoping that like it sort of surprises me and it's like, oh, look at this. That kind of thing. So yeah, I just don't really know, because like I haven't really read a lot of like these styles of X-Force comics. Like I've read the 80s and 90s versions, but like I feel like this is going to be a bit different and everything, because like I don't really know half of these characters, so I'm sort of excited to see how their personalities will come across off the page. So yeah, that's my sort of thoughts about this. If you've read this one, let me know what your thoughts are. So moving forward, let's talk about the final comic here, comic number 5, aka Livewire. let's pull up the comic on screen while I read the description. Livewire number 1 by Vita Ayala and Raul Allen, published by Valiant Entertainment. All new and ongoing series. For the first time, Livewire takes center stage. Accomplice, mentor, savior, and now enemy of the state, seeking to protect the vulnerable, superpowered psiots like herself. Livewire plunged the United States into a nationwide blackout with her technopathic abilities, causing untold devastation. After choosing a few over many, she must now outrun the government she served, and those she once called allies. With the whole world hunting her, what kind of hero will Livewire be? Or will she be one at all? This is pretty cool. I love the description, amazing. Love the cover, amazing. Have to admit, 10 out of 10 when it comes to just the hype for this comic. Like, it's one of those underrated, hidden sleeper comics, which I support. And I like that. I really do like it. I'm excited to see what this comic's gonna be, whether or not, the few things I'm sort of interested with this comic. I'm sort of interested to see how futuristic the world's going to be and what the character's going to look like, because sometimes Valiant and other comic publishers that aren't Marvel or DC really have varying different kind of art styles and everything, and it's I'm wondering if this could be hyper realistic or not. I'm interested though. I'm excited for this. I like this sort of dystopian type comic, and I'm really excited about this. This is probably the underrated one, the underrated good story kind of comic, so I'm excited about that. Besides that though, those are all the comics that I unboxed in this month's subscription box, and I have to admit, pretty freaking amazing. I have to admit, you get a good matchup with these 3 different comic styles. You get your hype beast with your Miles Morales Spiderman. You get your variant edition comics with your with the Marvel Action comic and the Web of Venom Carnage Born variant edition cover. And you get your sort of sleeper / underrated comics with the X-Force issue number 1 and the Livewire issue number 1. So I have to admit, pretty excited about this. Can't wait to read them. Besides that though, if you're interested in getting this subscription box, I'll leave all the pricing and information down below. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Jack Skinner. Feel free to like, comment, share, and support this channel, which you can all do down below. And thank you so much. You guys have a good day. And bye! Have a good night!